Live from the UFC Apex here in Las Vegas, Nevada, we present the UFC Fight Night Preview. UFC Fight Night
isn't just a sector of our economy. It's critical to our...
is available for tonight's telecast, and you can also watch this live event in Spanish in its entirety on ESPN Deportes. And with that, thank you so much for being with us for another UFC Fight Night. John Anik alongside Paul Felder and Daniel Cormier. A pretty juicy middleweight main event tonight, Paulie, as Kelvin Gastelum takes on the killer gorilla Jared Cannonier.
You know, it's crazy. We were doing the fighter interviews. We were talking to Kelvin. The guy is 29 years old, and it seems that he's fought every single contender or title challenger, including the champion himself. And Cannonier, we've been waiting a while to see this man get back into the octagon, and I'm excited for his return tonight.
Well, you got two guys that fought right.
Seen as a small program, but it...
Bolted himself back into a title shot. There is no shame in that. They both fought valiantly. Cannonier had a lot of great moments in that fight, and since going to middleweight, he has been fantastic. Let's see what happens tonight with him and Gastelum.
Sure did his part here today.
They bounce back in the second half of a home and home. The Argos with Nick Arbuckle leading the way, 310 yards passing, touchdown in the air, touchdown on the ground as well for Arbuckle, and the Argos in the win column at home.
Give your videos a chance to go big with pre-cleared music for YouTube, Vimeo, and more.
Takes on the Olympian Mark O. Madsen, and eventually all roads lead us to the main event. And Daniel, last man to walk tonight will be the number 3 ranked middleweight contender, Jared Cannonier.
The killer gorilla, Jared Cannonier, has that name, but he is as calm and patient as any mixed martial artist I've ever met. He's almost zen until he gets into the octagon. He has fantastic power. He is as calm and patient as any mixed martial artist I've ever met. He's almost zen until he gets into the octagon. He has fantastic power. He lives with these leg kicks. He's so powerful. Whenever he's throwing them, he can batter and bruise you, really slow you down. You would think that a guy coming down from heavyweight would struggle with the speed at 85.
Isn't the biggest middleweight, and one of his advantages.
Not Jared Cannonier. He has been able
And mixing in his wrestling, and you see here.
wrecking balls since fighting at middleweight.
Absolutely, and I think that's what makes this matchup so interesting, because obviously Kelvin Gastelum isn't the biggest middleweight, and one of his advantages is that speed, is his movement, and mixing in his wrestling. And you see here, he does that beautifully. He has got fantastic hands. The boy has hands on him, but he will take you down. He will double leg you. He will work hard for it. The man can wrestle, but he's got knockout power in that left hand. Do not forget about that.
20th UFC appearance for Kelvin Gastelum tonight. He's about 70 days shy of his 30th birthday. So, what exactly is at stake in the main event? Well, for Jared Cannonier, a chance to prove that his next fight should be for the undisputed middleweight championship, and of course for KG Kelvin Gastelum, a huge opportunity to take Jared Cannonier's spot. Alan Jouban and Bilal, remember the name Muhammad. KB, take it away.
All right, thanks so much, John.
In the top 3.
Alan and Bilal. And listen, guys, we know the story. Excellent fight in the middleweight division. Number 3, Jared Cannonier against number 9, Kelvin Gastelum. And though Kelvin...
All right, 12 fights in total are coming.
Have more big show experience.
Yeah, big show experience. As they said earlier, 20th UFC fight. We've watched him grow up in the UFC, from winning the Ultimate Fighter to fighting main event after main event. He's a guy that the UFC has always been able to rely on. If they need somebody last minute, Kelvin's a guy that will come. He will fight 5 rounds against the top guys in the world. He will put on a great show every time. This matchup now, we have 2 guys coming off a common opponent in the former champion, Robert Whittaker. So they're able to go back at this point in his stage in career and look at footage and study one another and see what could I have done wrong and what did my opponent do wrong in this last fight. You talk about Jared Cannonier, you think about power, leg kicks. I like to see him go in the orthodox stance, and this one, throw that right leg kick. That's what he predominantly does the best work from. And then when we look at Kelvin Gastelum, he's not a guy that you say is the most ripped guy in the gym. He doesn't have that type of body type. I'm sorry, Kelvin, you don't have the body type. But he's one of the quickest middleweights that we've seen. Not many people can cover the distance against somebody like Israel Adesanya. Kelvin has that quickness, and he has the wrestling as well.
Yeah, he does got a dad bod, but he got dad hands. He got fast hands. But for this fight, Kelvin, I know you didn't watch the pre-show yesterday, so somebody show him the replay now. Look at my keys to victory. You got to use your wrestling. I know you've been working with Henry Cejudo now. Be smarter. I don't want you to keep taking shots to the head. I know you got a grenade chin, but you're going against a gorilla right now, a killer who's looking to come back hard after his last fight. You know, he broke his arm in the first round. People don't remember that, and he still fought to the 3rd round. So, my man Kelvin, Let's get takedowns. Let's make this easy for us.
Quite the pep talk. Kelvin is the underdog according to Caesar Sportsbook, plus 120, minus 140 for Jared Cannonier. Listen, in our co-main event, guys, we have a grappler's delight, if we may call it this one. Hall of Famer Clay Guida against the Olympian Mark O. Madsen. Before we break that one down, though, let's hear what each of the guys thinks about the competition.
I think I bring a lot more power to the octagon than Clay Guida. I'm explosive, fast, I'm very strong, and I think that's going to be some of the things that Clay has to deal with in there.
Elbows are killer. Wow, repeating elbows.
Madsen gets the win in his debut. And look at that roar.
Mark Madsen is an MMA fighter. He's very green. He's inexperienced. You know, we're a staple in the UFC. We've got more hours, more days in the UFC. He's green in the sport, and we're going to make it feel like a fish out of water.
Oh, down goes Rosa. Oh my God, stop the fight. How about Clay Guida?
I think I have a good opportunity of taking Clay down, to be honest, putting pressure on Clay, and I do believe that I'll be able to oppose my will.
I guarantee we're going to break Mark Madsen, and he's going to wish that he didn't sign that contract to get in the UFC with us.
Well, Mark O. Madsen does join a great company here in the UFC. We've had several notable Olympians, including Daniel Cormier, who is on the call tonight. Gotta love that. But Bilal, Mark O. Madsen is something special in the octagon. Just how good is this man's wrestling, and why is he good at translating it into MMA?
He has the perfect style of wrestling for MMA. He's a Greco-Roman wrestler. And as you've seen with past champions like Randy Couture, Dan Henderson, that style translates. A lot of dirty boxing. When he gets a hold of you, it's a different type of squeeze that a lot of guys aren't very used to. And he showed his debut in the UFC. He had great ground and pound. He has a finishing instinct. His last fight, he showed toughness because he broke his jaw and he still continued to fight. This guy is tough, and it's going to be a great fight.
Margo Madsen is as tough as they come. You said it. Broken jaw last fight, was able to go through it. He's going against one of the toughest guys in the UFC has ever seen in Clay Guida. This guy comes forward constantly. He never seems to get tired in the later rounds or not. That's why he's in the UFC Hall of Fame. He has Hall of Fame type fights. He brings the intensity every time. He is known for his grappling, but he has a really terrific right hand, which you see right there. He throws the uppercuts, he throws overhands, and it all is set up from his level changes that he's doing to set up the wrestling. And let's not forget, Karen, the man showed up for weigh-ins.
I was just gonna say that.
With a fishing pole with an American flag, so we know he's ready to rock tonight.
He is. He's looking to reel in just one more
Hey, I know
victory
you're
tonight.
for it.
Here we go. All right, Clay Guida, the underdog tonight, plus 130, minus 155 for Mark O. Madsen. That is our co-main event. Should be a good one. Here's a look at the prelims coming your way. We have got 6 fights in 6 different weight classes, featuring lots of talent from Dana White's Contender Series and also some tough alums in there representing as well. We are going to get our prelim card going in the welterweight division, though, with Sasha Palatnikov and Ramiz Brahimaj, all 8 wins by submission. Palatnikov making his 3rd start here in the UFC. Stay with us. Prelims are starting on ESPN.
Why don't we settle this right here? I can't hear you!
Get in that ring for a few minutes and you get to feel like a god. Heroes. We could be heroes just for one day. Some days, you just don't have it. Not my uncle, though. He's taking Trulicity for his type 2 diabetes. And now, he's really on his game.
Once weekly Trulicity lowers your A1C by helping your body release the insulin it's already making. Most people reach an A1C under 7%. Plus, Trulicity can lower your risk of cardiovascular events. It can also help you lose up to 10 pounds. Trulicity is for type 2 diabetes. It isn't for people with type 1 diabetes. It's not approved for use in children. Don't take Trulicity if you're allergic to it. You or your family have medullary thyroid cancer or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Stop Trulicity and call your doctor right away if you have an allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, changes in vision, or diabetic retinopathy. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Taking Trulicity with sulfonylurea or insulin raises low blood sugar